This is Storybook Radio.
Chapter 3. A tall, cylindrical structure pierces the sky, resembling the Model C Art Museum from Phoenix's dream. Its presence on Google Maps confirmed its reality, blurring the boundary between what Phoenix imagined and what truly exists. The uncanny accuracy unsettles him, solidifying his belief that his dream world holds more significance than he initially thought. Phoenix revs his Mustang, the engine roaring as he pulls out of the garage and onto the winding streets. The city rushes past, but his focus is singular, reaching the museum. When he arrives, he is greeted by a scene pulled directly from his subconscious. The steep hill, the statues nestled at the base, and the glass and steel building towering above all align perfectly with his dreamscape. The sight sends a chill down his spine. Parking at the foot of the hill, Phoenix steps out and begins his ascent. The incline is daunting, but his determination drives him forward. Each step brings a flood of memories from his dream. Reaching the entrance, he hesitates for a moment, staring at the revolving turnstile door. The familiar tension from his dream grips him as he pushes through and steps inside. The interior is eerily similar, yet inverted. In his dream, the staircase curled to the right. Here, it twists to the left. The vast, polished floors reflect the sunlight streaming through the glass, creating an ethereal glow. Phoenix's mind races with the possibility that the omniscient could somehow manifest here, blurring the lines between the dream and reality. The energy in the space feels charged, as if the omniscient's presence lingers unseen. Phoenix scans the room, his unease growing until his gaze lands on the reception desk. A woman with striking blue-dyed hair stands behind it, shuffling a stack of orange envelopes with feigned nonchalance. Her minimalist outfit, a plain blouse and gray slacks, contrasts with the soothing energy she emanates. Despite her appearance, she commands attention, her calm demeanor a stark contrast to Phoenix's frayed nerves. He approaches, pulling a notepad from his pocket and jotting down a message. "I can't talk. I have questions." The woman looks up, her blue hair catching the light as she smiles warmly. "Sure thing. My name's Valerie." Phoenix quickly scribbles again. "I'm Phoenix. Has a tall man named the Omniscient come through here?" Valerie tilts her head thoughtfully. "The Omniscient? Can't say I've met anyone by that name, but a lot of tall men come through here. Got a description?" He presses harder on the notepad as he writes. 8 feet, tall, blue face, black tuxedo, long hat. Valerie chuckles, the sound light and disarming. "Good one," she says, shaking her head. "If you want, I'm about to take a break in 6 minutes. I could show you around." 6 minutes later, Valerie leads Phoenix up the staircase to the second floor, where an exhibit titled Dreamy Art awaits. The pieces are vibrant and dynamic, swirling with reds, oranges, and blues. Smoke seems to flow between the figures in each painting, giving them a surreal, otherworldly quality. Phoenix goes pale, frozen in stunned disbelief under a massive gold canvas. The figure on it dominates the room. An 8-foot-tall man with a blue face, clad in a black tuxedo and long hat, surrounded by swirls of colored smoke. His breath catches. It's him. Valerie stops beside him, noticing his reaction. "There's your blue-faced man," she jokes, laughing. Phoenix forces a weak smile, but his mind reels. This is no coincidence. The figure is unmistakably the Omniscient, the same being from his dream. With trembling hands, he scrawls on his notepad, "He's in my dreams." Valerie's laughter fades as she reads the words. Her expression softens, her earlier amusement replaced by concern. "You're serious?" Phoenix nods, his grip tightening on the notepad. He writes again. "How do I contact the artist?" Valerie frowns. "No one knows who him is," she says, referencing the anonymous artist. "But the pieces are registered under a seller's name. Maybe that could lead you somewhere." She scribbles her social media handle on a scrap of paper and hands it to him. "Contact me later. I'll help however I can." Phoenix snaps a quick photo of the painting, unsure if it's allowed, but unwilling to leave without documentation. Valerie doesn't stop him, sensing his desperation. Later that evening, the lava lamp bubbles warp inside Phoenix's bedroom. Moonlight filters through the blinds, casting faint stripes across the room. Phoenix sits at his desk, scrolling through websites on his Dell XPS. Each search term, him artist, dreamy art, omniscient painting, leads to replicas of the same works. His vision blurs and his eyelids grow heavy. Before he can fully register the pull of sleep, he's gone. He awakens in Hapesville, standing at the base of the hill leading to Model C. The air is thick with tension, the world both familiar and foreign. Phoenix ascends the steps, each one echoing like a drumbeat. Inside, the museum feels alive, its reverse layout amplifying his unease. Footsteps approach, delicate and effortless. He freezes in the exact spot, and at the precise moment in the dream. "Hello, Phoenix. You left without warning." The omniscient towers over him, his blue-tinted skin cracked like parched earth. Up close, the texture is almost mesmerizing, as though it has weathered countless storms. "I don't have much control here," Phoenix says, his voice trembling. "It's a dream." The omniscient smirks, adjusting his long hat. "Your dream is my reality." Phoenix stares, desperation etched into his face. "Tell me how to fix my voice, outside, in the real world." The omniscient's grin stretches wider. "What if I told you that gaining your voice hinges on you finding one thing?" "What thing?" Phoenix demands. The omniscient steps back, his movements fluid and serpentine. "First, find my house, then we'll have tea." Before Phoenix can respond, the omniscient vanishes, leaving him alone in the surreal space. Since Hapeville mirrors reality, Phoenix begins to see his home as a potential landing spot for the omniscient. It's plausible that his neighborhood could house the omniscient's residence, especially given the unsettling knowledge he possesses, trivia about Phoenix's life, like the incidents at sea he referenced earlier, and the precise moments Phoenix is destined to visit Model C. Only someone with an ulterior motive would study their adversary so meticulously in secret. Can anyone truly offer help without some hidden agenda? That very question is what makes the omniscient so conspicuous. His ultimate plan might be far more dangerous than Phoenix dares to imagine. There's a 45-minute hike from where Phoenix stands to the plane of land his home occupies. He takes the final step off the incline, aligning with the path that leads into the park. In reality, the park preceding Model B is a modest collection of benches, statues, and wishing fountains. But Hapesville is different. Landmarks are displaced, altered, or entirely absent. Instead of the familiar benches and fountains, Phoenix sees a merry-go-round, swing sets, and slides, as if the park has been reimagined into a playground. He locates the streets. They're quieter than those in Phoenix's reality, almost unnaturally so. He wonders why his mode of transportation has forsaken him. His two-tone Mustang doesn't exist in this dream. Maneuvering around street pockets holding shallow pools of water, he notes the dampened roads. Though the air is warm, it feels like rain fell just moments ago. Following the strip, Phoenix passes into what looks like a commercial zone. A barbershop catches his eye, its red, blue, and white candy cane pole spinning against the brick wall. Through the window, he sees 3 empty chairs, partially obscured. An older barber stands motionless behind the chair nearest the window, his posture expectant, as if awaiting a client. For a brief moment, Phoenix senses the barber's gaze following him. He turns his chin forward and presses on, heading north. His steps feel impossibly slow, as though his body is navigating on autopilot. Behind him, the strip vanishes too quickly, as if the world itself is erasing his path. This place refreshes like idle computer applications stored in the cloud. Content temporarily downloaded, only to be purged to conserve resources. Then he sees it. The subdivision sign ahead, built of brick, with "Welcome to Pine Hill" neatly enclosed in its center. At the junction that forks right and left, Phoenix feels the urge to point his hand instinctively to the right, as if casting a turn signal without his car. He rounds the corner, his street sign, Cherry Brick Road, coming into view, its green metal plate polished like chrome. When he reaches the spot where his 2-story brick home should be, complete with its balcony for 2, reality betrays him. Instead of his house, he's met with a 30-foot-tall hourglass home, filled with antique furniture arranged in the living room. However, this structure has no doors or windows and no way inside.